This is how I get 8% cash back every time I fill up for gas. I pay with the Citi Custom Cash credit card, which gets me 5% cash back, and I use the app GetUpside, which gives me 10 to 15 cents off per gallon. And depending on the price of gas where you are, this is about 3%. I'll explain to you everything you need to know about each of these before you start this. Okay, so this is what the inside of the app looks like. At the bottom, we can just make sure there's the gas, restaurants, and groceries. You can actually use this app for other things besides gas, but we're just talking about gas right now. So I have it toggled for just showing the gas stations available in the app. So one thing to note real quick is that right here with the Circle K, you'll see $3.73 and then 12 cents cash back. If we click on that, you can see in the bottom right hand that is a little crossed off $3.85. So that $3.85 is what you actually would pay, and then the $3.73 is like what you would pay with the cash back. So that isn't going to be what's on your receipt or what you'd see on the pump. So then you just use the app, and then you can like search around in different areas if you're like looking for the cheapest gas. Let's say we're going to go to this Circle K, you would click claim, and then it's going to have directions pop up. We'll just say we got it, and then a payment method is going to appear, and this would list all of your cards, but any card that you want that you would pay for gas with, you could put it in here. So how this works, which is kind of cool, you would input the first 6 digits of your card and the last 4. And then when you go to that gas station within that 4-hour time period, the app would recognize your card, and then it would apply the cash value to your account because your card is linked to your account. So you don't actually have to input your entire card into the app, which I thought was a good security feature because they don't actually know my entire card. They just can recognize part of it. So that's cool. This doesn't work for every gas station though. Let's see. Actually, first I'll just show you this. Afterwards, you would click I've paid, and then usually a few hours or maybe the next day, you would get you can get an email, but also you could check that you got your cash back by going, let's go back, in this My History section in the bottom, it would show up here as well. And it's also cool, you can see your total earnings in the top right there, and then all of your transactions. So that is pretty cool. So yeah, basically there are some gas stations where you don't need the card and doesn't have to verify anything because you just upload your receipt. So I don't know if it's on all Casey's, but this Casey's here, yes, we got it. See that right there, it says upload receipt. So you just take a picture of your receipt, and then it works the same way the cash gets applied to your account. So sometimes, for most of the gas stations, you can just use your card, click I've paid, and you'll get your cash back within a few hours or the next day. Sometimes you have to upload the receipt. Either way, it's pretty easy. I've never really had a problem getting paid afterwards. So when you do receive that cash, you can see it in the top right hand, the number 956 right there. That's the money that's in my account right now. 2 ways you can cash it out. You can go over here to the person icon and then click cash out. That will bring you to this. Or you can just click the numbers and that will bring you to the same thing. So you can see that you can input your bank account, or you can choose a gift card to receive it, or, which is kind of nice, you can also PayPal it too. So there's a bunch of different ways to get the money back out, and I believe you need a $10 balance to move the money out. Okay, so there's a couple things about GetUpside that I don't really love. The first thing is honestly just the lack of locations. You could have a favorite gas station, or if you're in more rural areas or small towns, there won't be very many options. So if you like a different gas station, or you know it's cheaper at this one gas station, there's a chance it might not be on the app. So you could be disappointed if you had a gas station you wanted to go to and it wasn't there. And that kind of leads me to the second thing I don't love, which is it's hard to compare prices if you don't have all of the gas stations there. Like right here, we see like, oh, oops, the Hux and this Casey 367 and 369. Well, what if there's another gas station that has gas for 360? Like, you don't see it because it's not on the app. So sometimes you almost need to open Gas Buddy, and I'll show you in Gas Buddy that there's a lot more options on there, so you could like see the prices and kind of use both the apps to determine where you would get the most savings from. But that can be somewhat difficult and annoying if there's cheaper gas than what's showing on the app. So like I said, there's a lot more locations or gas station locations that are out there than are actually available on the app, and you'll notice that pretty quick. You can see here, this is the same area with Gas Buddy, and there's a lot more gas stations because just not everything's available on GetUpside yet. So you can also use this as a tool to kind of see where you're getting the best gas prices, because this will show the price with no discount, and then you can compare it to the discount you would get with the GetUpside app. But you can notice like some of those same stations we were looking at, like $3.85, $3.75, and it was in the 360s with GetUpside. So, you know, a little bit of cash back for you, but sometimes you do need to use Gas Buddy or another app to just compare the prices so you can tell where you're getting the deal at. Okay, so the last thing that I don't like about this app that you probably could have guessed is that the cash back fluctuates a lot. So when gas prices were really high just a little bit ago, you could get 20 or even 25 cents of cash back per gallon. But right now you can see that like these two are 12 cents and a lot of them are around 12 cents. So that's why I used 3% in this video for the cashback you could get from this app. But when prices fall, like there's a couple cheaper gas stations over here, and these offer far less cash back. And it kind of just really depends. Like these two are 2 cents and 3 cents, and the gas is a lot cheaper over here. So things do fluctuate, and it's not like you'll always get the same amount or that you could always count on 3%. Sometimes it'll be more, sometimes it'll be less. But if you're gonna fill up a gas there anyway and you can use this app, it's like get whatever you can get type of thing. Overall, I really like this app and I use it all the time. If you want to try this out, you can click the link in the description or use my referral code, which is Micah5739, and we'll both receive an additional 15 cents off per gallon on our next fill up. This app is awesome, but it works even better if you pair it with a fuel credit card. But before we talk about the Citi Custom Cash credit card, you should consider subscribing if you want to see more videos about personal finance, productivity, and digital organization. I would appreciate it a ton. Okay, so here's the Citi Custom Cash credit card, and this is the second part of my strategy to get 8% cash back on gas. And so basically you would use this card in tandem with the GetUpside app, and then together you could get that 8%. So what this card actually is a 5% cashback card for your highest spending category. And so what I do is I only use it for gas. So gas is always my highest spending category, and then I always get the 5% off. So we can see if we click here that there's several different categories: restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, and then you can see the rest here. But like I said, I just use it as my gas card, and that's like the point of this video. Obviously you could use this card for whatever your highest category you think would be, and it doesn't mean you have to just like pick one. It's whatever is your highest category for that month. So if you had like some really maybe you ate out a ton, or you know you're gonna eat out a ton, or whatever it is, you could use this card and still use it, and then use it for your gas on the other months, or whatever you want to do with the card. So that is pretty cool. And then you get 1% cash back anywhere else. That's not very good. There's plenty of 2% cash back cards. And then it is pretty cool. You get a $200 cash back bonus if you spend $1,500 in 6 months, which I think is pretty doable, even if you were just spending it on gas. And we don't really care about this low intro APR because we're never gonna pay interest on our credit card, because if we're using credit cards like that, that just defeats the purpose of trying to get cash back from them, because you're not gonna make any money if you're paying a 19 to 29% interest rate on that money. So I just wanted to point that out, that that is not how we use credit cards. Also, there's no annual fee with this card, which is cool. And the cash out is normal like every other credit card. You could just pay down your bill with it, or you can just send that money directly to your bank account. So that's just like normal though. There aren't really many negatives with this card besides the 3% foreign transaction fee. So yeah, definitely don't use this overseas. The other thing is the $500 cap of rewards you can receive each month. But if you're using this for a gas card, you'd have to spend $10,000, so that shouldn't really be an issue. So yeah, if you add the 5% that you get on the card and the 12 to 15 cents you can get with the GetUpside app, you can get about 8% cash back on all of your gas purchases. If you have a different gas saving strategy, I would love to hear about it in the comments. But thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.